Very good morning to everyone. Today we are going to see the application instruction timer counter with examples. Okay, what are the application instructions? That are how we use the timers and counters in the ladder logic diagram, so that we are seeing the examples how we used in that. Next. Next, timer. How the timer is used means that the units of the timer are 1 millisecond, 10 millisecond, and 100 millisecond. Maximum types of these types of milliseconds only we have used timers: 1 millisecond, 10 millisecond, and 100 millisecond. The counting method is counting up, where the present value in the timer equal the set value. That means the present value, it helps to equal the set value. Timer equal the set value. The associate output coil will be on when the present value and the set value is equal to timer, then the coil will be on. This is the main concept. The set value should be as an k in decimal and can be specified by the content of the data register. The k value is the set value. What is the value you have to set? It is presented in the k value, and the data register. What are the data out register? The d value. Now see, below is given the t timer is an example is given. X0 is normally open. X0 is normally open, and the TMR indicates the timer. TMR indicates the timer. T0 is the data register. K100 is the value of the K register. This value can be changed on the timer for the timing of the process. This K100 indicates the 10 milliseconds. 10 milliseconds. Okay. When X0 is on, the timer count, it starts. If you give the 10 milliseconds, then counting timer, it goes to 10 milliseconds. Then T0 it gives the NO comes to NC, and the Y0 is the output, it ons. This is the process of timer. Accumulated timing. This is X0. It is normally open. When it close X0, normally closed, then the timer indicates T250 K100. 100. This value should be is registered in the T250. Then it ons. Then the T250 comes NC, normally closed, and the Y0 output is on.
Somebody, your voice.
Next, we are going to see about the counter. What is a counter? This is a counting. Counting what is the number of countings, how based on the counter. Counter will increment the present count value when input signal are triggered from the on off. How it process in the logic you are going to see. There we give the X0 is normally open. Reset RST is sets as an reset. CO is a counter register. Then the X1 is also normally open. That count CNT indicates the count, and C0 is the register, and the K5 is the set value. When X1 is normally closed, then the count takes into the K register value. When 5 times the process is gone, then count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 counts it begins, then complete 5 C0. C0 gets into NC, NO into NC, then Y0 is on. Once again, I'm saying X1 is normally open. When you normally close, C C0 is the register value, register where the register you want to on, which is a C0, and the K value, K5 is a set value. In that 5 count it comes, then the register value C0 comes and normally open becomes normally closed, and the Y0 output ons. Then the counter value you have to reset. For that process, the reset is sent. Put. Then X0 you come to set into n NC and the reset the C0 value. Then the counter value again reset and it comes to 0 and it, against the process is made. The present value will be reset to the 0 when the reset instruction is executed. Output coil will be off. Next. Then we are going to see about the move instruction. What is the move instruction? The application instruction are specified by the API number 0 and each yes it's in mnemonic when they designing the user program with the ladder editing program WF software. Using this WPL software by editing the ladder program, we are going to use how it use means we has given as an input X0 is a normally open. The instruction is given is MOV is a move instruction. From the K10, the value which given is move to the D register to the D10. How it moves means in the program when an X0 is normally open, when it close and becomes the NC from the K10, the register what the value entered is moves to the D register there. There is length of operand, that is 16 bits and 32 bits instruction. There are two types of bit instruction, that is 16 bit and 32 bit. Which one you are choosing, we can use 16 bits or 32 bits. The length operand can be divided into two groups, 16 bits and 32 bits, processing of data in different length. How long you are using the program, based on that which bits you are to use. You see the 16-bit move instruction, X0 is normally open, same as this one. When we close the X0 from the value K10, it moves to the D10. You see, when X0 is on, K10 will be sent to the D10. But in 32-bit, it gives a DMOV instruction. In 16 bits, you see MOV, just MOV is the given instruction. But in 32 bits, you see it gives us a DMOV instruction. When X1 is on, you see X1 is on, the content in D11 and D10. In the D10 and D11, the two things also it will be sent to the D20 and D21. Because how it means D11 to D21, D10 to D20. What the value is entered here, it is moves to the D20. The values, the set value is two value can be sent to the D10, D11 to D20 and D21. In the this is the difference between the 16-bit and 32-bit. In 16-bit, you move only one register to one, but in 32-bit, you can send two register to same register value to the two opposite sides. Oh, next. Then we are going to see the arithmetic instructions. Normally used in the schools and colleges, we are seeing the arithmetic. What is the arithmetic means? Add, subtraction, multiple, division, increment, decrement. These are the arithmetics. How it used in the our logic program, we are going to see now. See, the example is given. X0 is on. The content in the D0 will plus the content of the D10, and the sum will be moved to the D20. When the X0 is on, this is the instruction you can give add. What is the value in the D0 and D10? These two are sum and added, and the value is moves to the register value D20. This is the 16-bit bin addition. You see here the sum of the steps we are given here. For addition, subtraction, multiplication up to division, in 16-bit we can give the 7 steps, but in 32 bits we can give 13 steps. But in increment and decrement, you see the 16-bit has only three steps, and the 32 bits have 5 steps. And the word are XOR. These are some of the process we given that we'll explain. These in steps are 16 bits, it moves the 7 steps, 32 bits, it moves 13 steps. So you see below 32 bits, you want to see then 32 bits, it gives X0 is on. When the X0 is on, the instruction given is D add 30 and D30 D40, because we are taken as the in the logic we are taking as a D30 and D31 as a 2 register value should be added and sent to the added with the D40 and D41. D30 31 plus D40 plus D41. These 4 values added and moved to the D50 and D51. Because 32 bits we are taking a 2 register value. So with comparing this 16 bit and 32 bit, this register value add and sends the only one value or one register value, but in 32 bits is takes the 2 register value added and sent to the 2 register storage with the D50 and D51. Next. Next, we are going to see the comparison instruction. What are the comparison instruction we are given? You see, example is x1 is equal to x2, x1 is greater than x2, x1 is lesser than x2, x1 not equal to x2, x1 is equal to or lesser than x2, s1 is greater than or equal to x2. These instructions are comparison of the 2 values we can put in the logic diagram. So you see here also we are using 16 bits and 32 bits. In 16 bits we can give the 5 steps, but in 32 bits we can give the 9 steps. You see, for example, when the content in C10 is equal to K200, Y20 is equal to on. How it means that K, this is LD. LD is source what? LD is equal to means comparison between S1 to S1 equal to S2. Okay. LD is equal to is the instruction we are given. K200 is the value. C10 is the value which the comparison between these two. When the K value becomes the C10, then the output ons and the Y20 the output will give result of the here. Then you see here we are shown the LD lesser than equal to D200 K minus 30. This is the set value we have given. K minus 32 when it comes in the D register is 202 minus 330. Then only the output goes to the Y20 21. In this we are basically are shown here what means when this comparison is equal lesser than because equal means it would be an minus 30 or less than minus 30. Minus 30 or lesser than minus 30 means x1 will be on and the set it equal to y21 is output is on. Next. Set coil. How we are set the coil. When the set instruction is driven, the designated device will be on and latch whether the set instruction is still driven. In this case, reset instruction can be applied to turn on the device. When you set one of the value means, then you have to reset that value. Then only again this process is on to the again the set value. You see, we are giving in ladder diagram, for example, when the K0 is on with the Y0 is normally closed, then it goes to the set is Y1 is equal to set. See, load on, contact X0, connect NC, connect Y0 is in series, and the driven Y1 and latches the status. When it gives the latch, it can be used to latch the circuit by giving the set value. Here you see same as given to the here also. When X0 is on, through the Y0 it latches and set value is due to Y15 E5. By connecting Y20 to latch in the status. Next. Here using status designated device remaining the same when reset instruction is not executed. Before I said, when you are given the set value, when you set the value, we have to reset. For this process we are given in the ladder diagram, we have to reset. When you on the X0, we reset the Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is resetted. When the reset, then the for processing is begins from the first. Without we are resetting, the process will be begin the same how many goes with the count or timer, it will be processing the same. When you reset only, it again moves to the set value. Here you see the reset is converted into 50. Can't be when E0 is equal to K5 means you are giving the set value is K5. It comes to K5. Then you have to reset this K0 into K5 into K0. Then only it process it begins from this first starting. Further, we are using the set and reset. Without resetting, we can't begin the process from the first. Next. We are seeing the Delta PLC SA series with memory map. What are the memories in the Delta PLC SA2 series? You see input processing method, batch processing method with when end instruction is executed. Execute speed is LD instruction of 0.54 milliseconds, move the instruction in 3.4 milliseconds. The speed, how is the speed process is begins in this PLC. Then the program language instruction list is ladder. We are using the ladder plus FC. Then we are going to see the programming capacity. How many steps we can able to put the ladder logic steps in the PLC means 15,872 steps is given. Then the external inputs. Before that we have seen X0 and X means indicates the external input. Y it shows the external output. You have see here X0 minus X37. This how many inputs we can give means from 0 to 377 inputs. That means 256 point maximum we can give in this the PLC input. Then you are seeing going to see the external outputs. How many outputs you can take means Y0 minus Y37. In this also you can give the 256 points maximum as an output here. Totally 480 plus 32 IOs can be we can use in this PLC. Next the auxiliary relays. It is a maximum we are saying it as a virtual relay. Generally we are giving the memory coil. Generally, we are showing it as a memory coil. M0 minus M0 is used to M11 and up to 512 points. M0 in this we can give up to M511 to 512 points. But in this use next you see it can give memory coils and given 768 to 999. There is 322 points. From next you are in M2000 to M2047 48 points. In this general value, what the memory value you are set, it can be when you power and off the PLC, the value can be changed. We do reset zero value, it can be it comes. We are giving approximately you are giving 100 or 150. You are giving means when you power off the PLC and on means it comes to zero. In latched, next you are going to see latched. Latched you are giving M5122 to M767. In between this, you see here M coil we are giving M512, here M768. In between this, we are using the latched. How it going to latch? In this, we are going see this value register, we can be latched. In this, we are using 256 points. Next, you are giving M2048 to M4095. This in this we are using 2048 points. Totally it gives the 4096 points. In latched, when you giving the any value means example that same 100 or 150, it will be present when you off the PLC and you can on. When you off and on, the latched value will not be set to zero. It will be standard. What the value you given in this, it will be in this. Next, you are going to see the timer. Timer also T0 to T126. This is 127 points. Then T182 to T183. It is 56 points. And this gives the T184 to T199 for subordinates to 16 points. T250 to T255 accumulative 6 points. Then T200, T239 40 points. These are some of the values, which means for 100 millisecond you can use this register values, and for 10 milliseconds you can use this register values. For 1 millisecond you can use this milliseconds. For this register value you can use. In between this you can use the register values for this. Total points about 256 points you can use for the timer counter. Timers. When we are going to see the counter, what is counter in used in 16 bits and 32 bits for count up. And the current value, we are seeing current values of the, these are the register we used in that current values, and the general latch special and special modules, right and left side special modules index. These are the some of the things we are used the register values that we can see in the PLC which we required. Then we are going to now see the WPL software and with the PLC software. For example, we are done in some of the programs that we are going to show you now. Program, please.
Adil, you are the host.
I'm just going through the software. So we just discussed about the what instructions is there. Now we're going to simulate those instructions in software.
Adil, no.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Only 8 minutes left.
Okay, sir. I'll just go through the what are the instructions I'm using here. So MO that means if power come, it switch will be on. This is the NC switch. It will normally close one. This is always on. Whenever the power comes, the switch will be on. It's an output file. And then I latch this output to the same as in this is look like in a contactor circuit. We have an NON contactor. We give it as an input to the same circuit. So only this will be latched. This is a monitoring system. You can see the elements, what the elements they can here. These are the functions of the full of softwares. You can use all these functions. Now I'm just monitoring it now. Okay. So I'm going through the monitor systems.
First, we go to the simulation mode.
Error. Then I go to simulation mode. So I just monitor the program now. We can just clarify that here. So I'm just it's always an off switch. This M1 is always an off switch. How to this is program about how to on a motor that is continuously on, whether the input is on or not. Now I'm just click the start button to on. So the M10 is on. So I just off the set off button. So I just off the on button, but still the motor is running. M10 is motor is running. The M10 is directly connected to Y0. Y is an external device connection address, which means Y20 is an output address for the motor or any lamp other devices. M is in virtual logics. That means virtual relays. You can use these relays as an input processors. Even I switch off the input, but the output is still on. What this means, I just connected the output as the input to the same line. So the output will continuously giving the supply to the processor circulately until I press the stop button. I just stop the button, so resetting it. The button will not turn like that here. I'm using a X0 function for the T10 processor. T10 is a timer. K15 means a flag. So it is 5 seconds. K50 means 10 millisecond timer. So it is K50 means it is 5 seconds. I just switched on this. I already using K. Yeah, is there. Just to change that. So I change it to T150. I will just compile it now. So now I switch on the button. The output timer will get engaged to 5 seconds. Now it's 5 seconds is there. So after that only the T150 will get engaged and it will on the output. Whenever I switch off the input, suddenly the timer will go to the 0 level. So whenever I start the input again, then timer will start increase the values of the timing. After the 5 seconds, the output will be engaged like this. So this is a counter function. You can see how many times the motor is on and off conditions like that. Now I just switch on the motor for one time. Set on, the motor is on. So the counter value is 1. Whenever the value will become 5, there is a buzzer is indicated because C1 is a counter. Whenever it reaches the 5 count of motor on and off condition, then the buzzer will be alarmed. So just stop the motor once. Again, I switch on the motor. It says counter 2, second count of the motor. Switch on the motor again. Now again, I switch on the motor. It's in third. The counter will show as a third.
Okay, less than 1 minute.
Okay, sir. Now I switch on it for fourth and off it. 4 times is counter. Now it's the fifth count 1. So very fifth count, the counter will get engaged. C1 will get engaged and it's switched on the buzzer. So like this, we can use all the instructions. Like there are some addition instructions are there and some move instructions are there. We will see about that in the sense. When I just go to the PowerPoint.
until அதோட முடிச்சு கதிர் நான் மீதி பேசிக்கிறேன்.
Okay.